I wanted to show you today what I did to unlock my keyboard. After searching for hours on the internet using Google, this is what I came up with that worked for me. First of all, you need to go in your bottom corner and click your start key. And you need to shut down the computer, which I won't do because I'm just demonstrating. Once you've shut down the computer, you will go to the side and remove the cord. The next thing you'll have to do after you've shut down the computer and remove the cord is to find your battery compartment. Mine was typically on the bottom of the laptop. It is not screwed in, so don't look for it in that section. It should just be little slide bars. You slide the slide bars, remove the battery for just a few seconds, put the battery back in, reboot the computer, and then voila, you will be able to type. Whoops. The issue I was having with my keyboard was that nothing worked on my keyboard. None of my function keys all the way across. None of the keys over here, the control, the function, the window, the alt, the space bar, nor the enter key. None of that worked. There was none of the keys on the keyboard that worked at all. The only thing that worked, luckily, was my mouse pad section and my buttons here. These worked, which I was lucky. So if somebody tells you to type something into this section over in the corner, that's not going to work because obviously you can't type. But this is what worked for me. I was a little bit hesitant at first because I thought that if I removed the battery, that everything that was almost like I was doing a factory reset and that I was going to lose all my files. However, I did that, and of course here are all of my own files all still on there. Everything. So it did not wipe anything out. It did not erase any passwords. It didn't do anything like that at all. It just simply unlocked the keyboard. And what I discovered, the reason that my keyboard got locked in the first place was I was trying to brush off some crumbs off of the top here, all the way across. I took a cloth, and when I did that, I must have inadvertently hit a bunch of these keys across the top as I did that. And of course, by hitting all those keys, I locked it. And so I didn't realize that until I decided I was going to try to start typing something, and I wasn't able to type anything in Word. I could not type anything in my Google Chrome here. None of that was working. I tried to type something up here on the bar up at the top, and that wasn't working. So as you can see though, if you're trying to figure this problem out, there are over and over and over different things that you can try. This is what worked for me. But what I wanted to let you know also was that there were several sites that named several different things to try, which didn't work. One, I'll just demonstrate a couple of them just in case maybe one of them will work for you. One person said, hit this, your left hand side control key to hold it, and then depress your right hand side control key, as though you were going to do a control alt delete, except you're going to hit the control down and then hit control. Someone said that worked for them. It did not work for me. Then other things that somebody said was to hit the function key and the F1 key. That did not work for me. Another person said hit the function key and hit this one up here. It says page up break. I tried that. That did not work. Another person said hit the window key and the letter L and said that that was going to unlock it. That did not work. So I did go through several different things to try to unlock the computer before I decided to go ahead and give the removal of the battery a shot. Now, another thing just to let you know is that some people said that they found out that their cat was laying on their keyboard or their young child had gone and was pushing buttons and hit the shift key either several times or held it down. So what happened to them was they accidentally turned on the filter. And the way you can check to see if that's your situation is you go into and open up your window here. I'm using Windows 7. Open it up. Go to your control panel, depending upon how you have your control panel set up. In my case, I went to ease of access, and then I went to how to change how your keyboard works. Here is where people said what happened when that shift key was held down or depressed several times is that it turned on some of these options here. These need to be off. Do not have these clicked. None of these. They should all be turned off, especially this filter one, which is what will happen if you press down that shift key or if you tap it too many times. So you just want to make sure that if you think that could be the problem, that you check that section to see that none of those are on. And as I said, there would be there are a gazillion different sites that give you all kinds of information as to how to unlock your keyboard. A lot of people were really elaborate and had information on going into the BIOS and all sorts of different things like that. Well, I am not a tech person, and I'm not even going to try to do anything like that. And unless you know what you're doing, I would not suggest that you do that. But those are just a couple of simple things that I found out to try. However, the one that worked for me was simply to shut down the computer, unplug it, remove the battery, and put it back in, and voila, the keyboard typed. Thank you.